Hello everyone, I hope everything is going well with you. This is our second online lecture. Today we will continue Unit 2. We will start with page 18, number C. To remind you of what we have taken last time, we have taken the critical review and what is a critical review. We have said that the critical review should not be always negative, and it can be negative and positive. It has the negative and the positive aspects in any piece of writing. Like, for example, when you read a research paper and you want to evaluate it, you write a critical review mentioning all the positive and the negative points in this research paper. Then we have read the conversation between Martina and Ryoshi about how to write a critical review, and we have said that the critical review, a short critical review, can be 2 paragraphs. The first one summarizes the whole research paper, and the second one is your opinion and mentioning what you think of this research paper, its strengths and weakness points. All right. In the conversation we have read in 2.1 last time, there were some vocabulary that you have to know, which are these vocabularies. We have Ryoshi has taken notes on the research paper that was reported in the news headline in exercise 6A. Use the glossary from page 117 to 125 to check the meaning of the words in the box. Here are the vocabulary. We have anxiety. What is the meaning of anxiety? Anxiety means worry, an uncomfortable feeling of nervousness or worry. Assessment. What is the meaning of assessment? Assessment means evaluation. Assessment means evaluation. Or a judgment or decision about amount, value, quality, or importance of something. So when you make an assessment, you judge, you make a judgment, and you decide about the value, the quality, the amount, and importance of something. The synonym of assessment or equivalent word for assessment is evaluation. Classify. What is the meaning of classify? To divide things into group according to their type. يصنف. To divide things into groups according to their type. Consumption. The amount of something used. استهلاك. Hormone. A chemical substance produced in the body that controls the activity of certain cells or organs. Metabolism is a term that is used to describe all chemical reactions involved in maintaining the living state of the cells and the organism. Microbiota, the microorganisms that live in a particular part of the body. Participant, for example, a participant in an experiment, a person who takes part in an activity. Trial, a test usually over a limited period of time to discover how effective or suitable something is. Urine, waste liquid from the body. So these are the vocabulary, some important vocabulary from the conversation between Ryoshi and Martina. Let's go back to a summary. Ryoshi has made a summary from what we have read in the research papers, the two research papers, all right? So here is the reference of the paper that he has read. He made a summary. In the summary, he said that the method, what is the method? How the researcher has made the experiment, all right? In the research paper, there is an experiment. In the method, the researcher says how he has made this experiment, all right? So we have 30 young healthy adults, and we have 40 grams of dark chocolate per day for 14 days, all right? So in this experiment, there are 30 young healthy adults, all right? They want to know if dark chocolate has an effect on stress or not, right? They want to know if dark chocolate has effect on stress or not. يعرفوا الدارك chocolate ليها تأثير على الستريس والضغط النفسي ولا لا. So they took 30 young healthy adults. They brought 30 young healthy adults and they give them 40 grams of dark chocolate every day for 14 days. And they made for them pre-trial assessment of anxiety levels using questionnaires. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of pre? The prefix pre means before. Pre means before. Before assessment means before evaluation, before the experiment. They give the participants questionnaires, استبيانات, and they wanted them to solve it in order to know if they have low level of anxiety or high level of anxiety. يعني ادوهم استبيانات علشان يجاوبوا عليها ويعرفوا مستوى الانزايتي عندهم عالي ولا قليل. Participants classified as high or low anxiety. لما شافوا مستوى القلق عند الناس دي قسموهم they classified them صنفوهم لنوعين high anxiety and low anxiety. ناس عندهم مستوى القلق عالي وناس عندهم مستوى القلق قليل. In order to know, of course, the effect of dark chocolate on them. Days 1, 8, 15, blood and urine samples taken. Analyzed changes in cortisol and catecholamines in urine and energy metabolism, and gut microbial activities. What is the meaning of cortisol? Cortisol is a stress hormone. A hormone released in response to stress and low glucose concentration, right? So when there is stress, this hormone, cortisol, is released. What about catecholamines? It's also a hormone, a stress hormone that is sent in the blood when a person is physically or emotionally stressed, right? Let's try this. Cortisol, a hormone that is released in response to stress, catecholamines is a hormone that is sent to the blood in response to physical or emotional stress. All right, so these two are stress hormones. They analyzed these two hormones in the experiment. And also they analyzed metabolism and gut microbial activities. The results: reduction in stress hormones in urine for all the participants. Less difference between groups in energy, metabolism, and gut microbial activity. The discussion. In the discussion of the research paper, they said 40 grams of dark chocolate a day for 2 weeks, 14 days, can change metabolism, could have long-term effect on health. All right? This is mainly a summary of their method, results, and discussion. Let's now read. Before writing his critical review, Ryoshi discusses his notes with Martina. Let's read together the notes Ryoshi said to Martina. So I read the paper by Martin et al. And we said, what is the meaning of et al? We said it's Latin, meaning and others, and others. So this paper is written by a researcher called Martin and other researchers, right? He's not the only one. And well, I don't think it's very credible. Okay, so can you talk me through it? What is the meaning of talk someone through something? All right, it means to explain something. Where are we? Yes. So, what is the meaning of talk someone through something? It means to explain something to someone, all right? Talk me through it. Okay, so method. They studied 30 young, healthy adults and gave them 40 grams of dark chocolate a day for 14 days. And do you think that's an effective sample? No, it's too small. So what Ryoshi thinks about this sample of people for 30 young people, it's too small. And I also think the trial period, what is the meaning of the trial period? The trial period is the 14 days. All right? the 14 days is called a trial period. When in an experiment, they give a treatment, for example, to someone for a specific period لمدة معينة. This is called trial period. As we said last time, trial means test. And the trial period is too short, not long enough to get any real results. So for Ryoshi, he thinks that the 14 days is a short trial period. إن ال 14 يوم ده وقت قليل جدا إن هم يحددوا إذا كانت الدارك شوكليت ليها تأثير على الستريس or not. Okay, good. Carry on. What is the meaning of carry on? Carry on means continue. Carry on means continue. Another thing is that before the trial started, they assessed their anxiety levels with questionnaires. And then they divided them into high and low anxiety groups. And why might that be a problem? Well, it's a problem because it reduces sample size even more, right? Yes, absolutely right. So they had 14 people, 14 participants. When they are divided, they will be 7 and 7, right? For example, or 5 and 9. So what is the problem here? The problem is that the sample size will be very small. To measure stress and the effect of dark chocolate on, for example, 5 people, this is very small for an experiment. All right, they are 30. They are 30. So, for example, on 12 people, on 15 people, on 10 people, all right, or participants. Again, here, the sample size is small. And when it's divided into 2 groups, it will be even smaller. يبقى المجموعة اللي هم قاسوا فيها التأثير الدارك شوكليت على الستريس مجموعة صغيرة 30 participants 30 مشارك. لما يقسموا المشاركين دول كمان لناس عندهم مستوى القلق أو الانزايتي قليل وناس مستوى القلق عندهم عالي alright هيبقى السامبل أصغر كمان. يعني هيقيسوا مثلا اللو انزايتي في ناس عندهم 10 مثلا او 12 فبالتالي مش هيقدروا ان هم يحكموا فعلا الدارك شوكليت اثرت عليهم هي ليها تاثير على الانزايتي or not لان العدد قليل جدا. alright. Then on days 1, 8 and 15 they took blood and urine samples to look for changes in cortisol and catecholamines in the urine and for differences in energy metabolism and gut microbial activities. So what you are saying is that they didn't actually look at changes in stress levels or reported anxiety. No, they didn't. يبقى هما ما قاسوش التطور في الستريس directly. هما شافوا تأثيره على الهرمونات بتاعة الستريس اللي بتفرز في الجسم. Right? No, they didn't. And another thing I thought that was strange was that there was no control group. There was no control group. What is the meaning of control group? In an experiment, a control group do not receive any treatment. Right? يعني after this we will have a word that is called placebo. هنعرف كلمة اسمها placebo. يعني إيه placebo؟ يعني a treatment علاج وهمي treatment that is given to a group and the researcher say that it's a treatment but it's not in order to know the psychological effect of this treatment. All right? Again, let's share with you the board. All right, we have placebo. What is the meaning of a placebo? It's a substance given to someone who is told that it is a particular medicine. So in our case, for example, to get some participants and give them anything that is like chocolate but it's not chocolate, right? يعني في الحالة بتاعتنا يروحوا يجيبوا مجموعة من المشتركين ويدوهم حاجة زي الدارك شوكليت بس هي مش دارك شوكليت، هو علاج وهمي علشان يحطوهم في نفس البيئة اللي هيحطوا فيها باقي المشاركين ويعرفوا هل فعلا ده تأثير الدارك شوكليت ولا مثلا عامل تاني هو اللي كان ليه تأثير. Alright, so placebo is like giving a substance to someone and saying that it's medicine but it's not. Alright, a substance given to someone who is told that it's a particular medicine either to make them feel as if they are getting better or to compare the effect of the particular medicine when given to others. So it's a substance given to someone who is told that it's a particular medicine, either to make them feel as if they are getting better. Yani, for example, when someone, for example, has a headache and you give them tablets and say that these tablets will make your headache be better, right? They take it and they feel that they are feeling better, but it's not a treatment, it's placebo. It's playing on the psychological state of the patient, right? يعني بيلعبوا على الحالة النفسية بتاعة المريض، يقولوا له إن إحنا بندي لك دواء وهما مش بيدوا له دواء. This is placebo. أو زي ما قلنا إن إحنا نقارن ما بين تأثير الناس اللي بتاخد التريتمنت العلاج والناس اللي ما بتاخدش العلاج، بس إحنا عايزين نحسسهم إن هما بياخدوه عادي، right? This is the meaning of placebo. Rayushi said that they don't have a control group. What is a control group? A control group is a group of participants in an experiment who do not receive a treatment or placebo. alright؟ يبقى لازم يبقى فيه كمان a control group. What is a control group? A control group is a group of participants who don't take placebo and they don't take treatment, but they live in the same conditions of the other participants. In order to know if there is an outer thing that has an effect on the participants, alright? So again, الكنترول جروب هي عبارة عن جروب من المشتركين ما بياخدوش علاج وهمي ولا بياخدوا علاج حقيقي، ولكن بيعيشوا في نفس الظروف علشان نعرف كان في عامل ظاهري عامل خارجي هو اللي أثر على البارتيسبنتس ولا العلاج هو اللي أثر. right؟ يبقى احنا بنعمل كنترول جروب، ناس ما بتاخدش أي حاجة، وبنشوف برضو من أول التجربة لآخر التجربة حصل لهم تغيير or not. There was no control group, no. So they were comparing high and low anxiety groups only. Thinking about the discussion section, what does that tell us? Do you think they can prove it? Do you think they can prove it was the chocolate that caused the changes? No, I guess they can't really. Good. So tell me what you think they would need to do to make this a valid study. How to make this a valid study. Okay, so first, they need a larger number of people, more than 30 participants, all right? With the same anxiety levels. For example, 100 low-level anxiety people or 100 high-level anxiety people. And then, after that, they should give them either dark chocolate or, I forgot the word. What do you call it when you tell someone, when you tell some of the participants that you are giving them chocolate, but really you are giving them something different? A placebo? Yes, placebo. So here he forgot the word placebo, that you are giving participant something and you tell them that, for example, it's chocolate, but it's not, all right? In order to know the psychological effect, they should give them either dark chocolate or a placebo. Yes, they should. Good. Over the long term, they should look at stress level, reported anxiety, and health as well as the metabolic changes. Good. And the researchers should not know which group each subject is in, so it's a blind trial. What is the meaning of blind trial? A blind trial is a type of clinical trial where the patient and the researcher do not know which patient are receiving the medicine and which a placebo. All right? So it's a type of clinical trial where the patient and the researcher do not know which group which patient is receiving treatment and which a placebo. So when, for example, the researcher meets a patient or a participant, this researcher should not know if this patient is taking the treatment, the actual treatment, or this patient is taking placebo or control group, in order to get the analysis without being affected by the background of the participant. right؟ يبقى الريسيرشر والبيشنت المفروض ان هو في التحاليل ما يبقوش عارفين هم موجودين في اي جروب، لان الريسيرشر لو عارف ان اللي قدامه بياخد تريتمنت ولا بياخد بلاسيبو، ولا مثلا هو من الكنترول جروب اللي ما بياخدوش اي حاجه، طبعا ده هيأثر عليه وهو بياخد نتائج التحاليل، وهو بي evaluate the condition of this patient. Alright? So this is the meaning of blind trial. Yes, I agree completely. So the next thing, now we have read the conversation between Ryoshi and Martina. And here we will complete the opinion part. In the method, for example, saying that they are 30 young healthy people and they take dark chocolate for 14 days and so on, he thinks that this sample is a small sample. What about the trial period, 14 days? He said that it's short trial period. Using two groups further, classifying the participants into high-level anxiety and low-level anxiety made what? Reduces the sample size. Also, they didn't look at changes in what levels? In stress levels or reported anxiety. One other point, no control group, only young healthy participants. In the discussion, he thinks that they can't prove that dark chocolate caused the changes. They need more people with the same anxiety levels. What look at long-term stress, anxiety, health? He said here the same anxiety levels. Give either chocolate or a placebo. Look at long-term stress, anxiety, health, and metabolic changes. Should use a what trial? A blind trial. You can find all these answers in the conversation that we have just read. All right, from the information in Ryoshi's notes, discuss in pairs whether you think the research is credible, original, reliable, significant, and valid. In this part, the vocabulary is important. We have the first word is credible. What is the meaning of credible? When you say that a research is credible, we mean we can believe the results. All right? So when you say that this research paper is credible, it means what? That we can believe the results. For example, in the experiment that Ryoshi has evaluated, he didn't believe in the results, right? So this research paper is not credible, لأن هو قال إن النتائج دي المفروض إن إحنا عشان نبني نتائج صح لازم السامبل سايز يكون أكبر، لازم المدة تكون أكتر، alright؟ لازم يبقى فيه كنترول جروب ولازم يبقى فيه blind trial. كل الحاجات دي طبعا معناها إيه؟ إن هو مش بيثق في نتائج البحث ده. So it's not credible. Alright, when we say original, what is the meaning of an original research paper? It means that the research has not been done before. When you say that this research is original, this means that no one has done this experiment before. Alright? طبعا لازم إن أي researcher لما بيجي يعمل research بيشوف إيه الإضافة اللي هو يحطها. Alright? طيب لو الريسيرش بتاعه الفكرة بتاعته دي اتعملت قبل كده، المفروض إن هو ما يعملهاش. مادام هو شايف إن هو مش هيحط إضافة، there is no addition, so he should not or she should not do it. طيب لما researcher يعرف إن في بحث آخر اتعمل بنفس الطريقة وهو هيعمل برضو بحثه كده بنفس الفكرة ونفس الطريقة، يبقى البحث ده is not original. So what is the meaning of original? It means that it has not been done before. It's a new idea, a new addition. Alright, reliable. What is the meaning of reliable? It means that the research could be repeated and the same results would be found. The research could be repeated and the same results would be found. This word is reliable is يعني شوية equivalent ل credible. إحنا قلنا credible يعني we can believe the results. Reliable يعني يمكن الاعتماد عليه. يعني إيه؟ The research, we can repeat the same experiment again and we will have the same results. Alright? لو إحنا كررنا البحث وكررنا التجربة هنلاقي نفس النتائج واحدة. معناها إن الباحث في خلال التجربة ما عملش ما غيرش في النتائج أو قربها من النتيجة اللي هو عايزها. يعني مثلا المجموعة اللي عايزين يثبتوا إن دارك شوكليت ليها تأثير على الاسترس، مثلا هما ما كانتش النتائج reliable قوي. ليه؟ لأن هما قالوا إن فعلا الدارك شوكليت ليها تأثير على الاسترس، برغم من ذلك ممكن لما نكرر التجربة تاني نلاقي النتيجة مش واحدة، نلاقي إن الدارك شوكليت مثلا ملهاش علاقة بالاسترس. alright؟ So a reliable research, when this research is repeated, the same results will be found, right? Significant. What is the meaning of significant? Significant means important. In general English, it means important. When we say significant research, it means research that produces findings which are important. In the finding and the results of this research are important. They add information, right? Valid. What is the meaning of valid? It means it tests what it claims to test. It tests what it claims أو يعني مثلا says it tests. What is the meaning of this? For example, a researcher can say that we will measure the stress. All right? Then, for example, in this experiment Ryushi has read, he said that they didn't measure anxiety directly. What they did, they measured stress hormone. Alright؟ يعني مثلا في التجربة بتاعتنا رايوشي قال إنه هما المفروض كانوا يقيسوا الانزايتي على طول، ولكن هم عملوا إيه؟ هم قاسوها بطريق غير مباشر، قاسوا الستريس هرمون، قاسوا the stress hormone in the blood. فطبعا المفروض إن يبقى فيه إيه؟ إن الباحث لما يقول أنا هقيس كذا يقيسه فعلا directly. alright؟ طيب لما باحث يقول أنا هقيس حاجة معينة I measure something, a specific thing, and then throughout the research this researcher does not measure it. لما يقول أنا هقيس حاجة معينة وفي خلال البحث كله ما يقيسهوش، يعني يتاخد في التجربة وفي participants and so on، أو مثلا يقيسها بطريقة غير مباشر and so on، يبقى this is not valid. This is not a valid research. Right? So credible means we can believe the results. Original means the research has not been done before. Reliable means the research could be repeated and the same results would be found. Significant means research that produces findings which are important. Valid means it tests what it claims or says it tests. It will test. All right, here it will test. All right. This extract is the critical review that Ryushi has written. First, in the first conversation we have read, Ryushi is asking Martina about how to write a critical review. And then in the second conversation, he says his notes, what notes he has taken, all right? Here is the critical review that he produced. يبقى في الأول أول محادثة إحنا قريناها عرفنا إزاي نكتب critical review. رايوشي سأل عن إزاي يكتب critical review. في تاني محادثة المفروض إن إحنا بنعرف إيه هي النوتس اللي هو خدها وملاحظاته. دلوقتي إحنا هنقرأ critical review اللي هو كتبه. 30 young healthy adults completed a pre-trial. As I told you, pre means before, trial means test, pre-trial questionnaire. So they have completed this questionnaire before the experiment. To assess, we said that assess means evaluate. Assess means evaluate their anxiety levels, and based on this, they were classified. Classified means divided as either high or low anxiety. All participants ate 40 grams of dark chocolate a day for 14 days. On day 1, 8, and 15, urine and blood samples were taken, and changes in cortisol and catecholamines in the urine were analyzed, as well as energy, metabolism, and gut microbial activity. As you have seen here, were analyzed, were taken. This is, of course, passive. The research found that after 14 days, the level of stress hormones in the urine was reduced in all participants. In addition, there was less difference between the two groups in energy metabolism and gut microbial activity. One problem with the research is the small sample size. This is paragraph finished, and this is the second paragraph. One problem with the research is the small sample size, only 30 people, which was further divided into smaller groups. هو هنا ابتدى يعمل إيه؟ In the first one, as you have seen in the first paragraph, what he is doing is a summary. This is what? The first one is mainly a summary of what we have read, what he has read. إن هو مجموعة من 30 شخص. ال 30 شخص هياخدوا 40 جرام من الشوكولات وهكذا، إن في samples هيحصل لها هيعملوا لها تحاليل والكلام ده كله. Here in the second paragraph, what he is doing? One problem. من أول كلمة كده, one problem. What he is doing? This is an evaluation. This is an evaluation. Alright? ابتدى إن هو يقول الإيفالويشن بتاعته إيه. One problem with the research is the small sample size, only 30 people, which was further divided into smaller groups. There was also no control group in the study, making it impossible to conclude that chocolate was the cause of the changes seen, rather than some other factor, such as other food or drink, lifestyle change, or activity level, right? يبقى he is saying إنه الشوكولات إحنا كده مش هنقدر نعرف إذا كانت الشوكولات هي المسؤولة عن التغييرات دي ولا في other factor ولا في عامل آخر هو المسؤول، زي مثلا البيئة اللي هما محطوطين فيها، الأكل اللي بيتقدم لهم في فترة التجربة، كل الحاجات دي. Furthermore, only young healthy adults were investigated, and so the results cannot be applied to those who are older or having pre-existing health issues. يعني ما نعرفش لو التجربة دي قررت على الناس الأكبر هيبقى نفس النتائج ولا الناس اللي عندها مشكلة صحية هتبقى نفس النتائج or not. So we have here applied to. As we said, pre-existing health issues means health issues that are existing before the trial, before the experiment. يبقى هنا which extract summarizes part of the research. Paragraph A, which extract gives an evaluation. Paragraph 2 or B. All right.